Thank you, Laura. Your Excellencies, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is really my great pleasure to welcome you to the 40th Oil and Money Conference. Laura has just outlined why we've repositioned the conference, so give me a few minutes to outline our vision behind it before I introduce the first session of what I promise will be a packed 3-day program featuring some of the biggest names in the energy industry. So for the last 4 decades, we have met annually in London to take the temperature of the global energy industry. As Laura pointed out just a minute ago, this event was launched after the Iranian Revolution in 1980. And in many ways, as she pointed out, we are still directly living with that seismic event today. The US and Iran have yet to resolve their differences, which is clear. The Middle East is still a battleground for influence between Iran and Saudi Arabia. And the energy industry remains directly in the firing line. And this puts the whole global economy at risk. The attack last month on Saudi Arabia's oil facilities was a stinging reminder of just how little has changed since Ayatollah Khomeini returned to Tehran in early 1979. But if we focus too much on the stubborn sameness of the Middle East, we would also miss that the region, the world, and the energy industry is changing rapidly, probably more rapidly than any of us had predicted only a few years ago. Consider this point, for example. Oil prices surged in the wake of the attacks on Saudi Arabia, as many expected, but prices didn't go to $100 a barrel. They didn't go to $200 a barrel. So where's the geopolitical premium in the price right now? Is the price really $40 and we have a $20 geopolitical premium? Is the economy really that bad? Might the market be underpricing geopolitical risk, and in the months and days in the future, we're going to see prices tick higher? Or perhaps we're in a completely different oil market where the old assumptions no longer apply. Or take the movement outside. I mean, I guess they didn't show up in force as we were thinking that they might. But Extinction Rebellion was a group that nobody knew a year ago. And now it's present in 60 cities around the world. Their solution involves ending the use of fossil fuels, and they don't care what it means for the global economy. Their case is things have gone far enough, and they need to take action now. Now, if this industry does not bring real solutions to the issues around climate change, then policy will be made by the protesters. So this is why we love having this conference every year, because we get to discuss these issues. We bring the biggest names in the industry together. This year, we have an excellent lineup. We have CEOs of Saudi Aramco, Shell, Total, ADNOC, Qatar Petroleum, Repsol. We have the largest oil traders. We have the top minds in geopolitics. We have top minds in oil and gas markets. We have automakers. We have investors. We have US officials. So we chose to name this conference Strategies for the Energy Transition in order to consider the pressure that the world is under to transition from hydrocarbons to other energy sources, the realities of climate change and what it means for the energy industry, the concerns of investors, and the divergent or even confused strategies that energy companies are trying to deal with these complex changes. Going forward, we thought this event itself, Oil and Money, also needed to evolve to reflect the changing times. Yes, perhaps the name was no longer fit for purpose, despite its long and enduring run. After all, gas, solar, wind, they're all part of the growing energy mix, and we need to include those. But we also felt we needed to make more fundamental changes in the event itself. If we want this event to be the place where the global energy industry meets for the next 40 years, we better make sure we're providing the platform to discuss these big shifts. We need to explore the promise of new technology. We need to embrace other energy sources while seeking out new ideas and new voices. These are the principles that will be the foundation of what Laura just presented as the Energy Intelligence Forum, which will start next year. But what absolutely won't change, I guarantee it, is our commitment to excellent content and top-notch speakers, which is why I'm absolutely delighted to introduce the first speaker of the day. And I really can't think of a more appropriate way to start off this conference or a day devoted entirely to gas than with one of the most important players in the global gas sector today. The Minister of State for Energy Affairs and President and CEO of Qatar Petroleum, His Excellency Saad Al-Kaabi.